We just stopped naming them, I think. Me. Is very cool. You can read my name on the thumbnail. If you don't know it by now and you're on episode 27, deal with it. It's not my problem. I'm not me. Nah, you named wrong. Is 8-bit. I didn't really have much of a week. All of my teachers decided, let's just give all of the work this week. Yeah. I have one assignment left, but it's super small. Yeah. You got a fall break. I didn't get a fall break. This is my first break I've had all year. I get winter break, yeah. I think it's 2 weeks. So that's nice. Yeah. Let's see. So let's talk about negative first. Uh no, let's just get angry out of the way. Nintendo mean. I don't know what it was called. I only know about it mildly from what happened. Mhm. I thought it was just melee. Ah, you mentioned ultimate in the tournament though. I thought it was just melee. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm?
The whole time. You've just been
Oh
talking to
no.
no one. Alright, anyways, this tourney, this melee tourney, that also had ultimate, this tourney is called Big House. And Nintendo contacted this tourney and said, hey, shut the fuck up. We're copywriting you, and if you don't stop, we're gonna sue you. Now, the whole reason this happened was because the the tourney used a service called Slippy
Hmm.
to host the tourney, for the Melee
Yeah.
part specifically, because Melee doesn't have native online because it's a GameCube
Yeah.
game. And so obviously, because the world is dying, we can't go see each other. So they
Yeah.
had to host the tourney online. Well,
Yeah.
they went to go host the tourney online, and again, the service they used, Slippy, required an emulator, because how else are you going to play it
Yeah.
with a
that
mod
way.
like that? So, again, Nintendo contacted them, very angry at the thought that they were even thinking about not buying a GameCube and buying
year
Melee
2020.
in 20, and shot a cease and desist to this tournament. And they didn't just cease and desist Melee, they cease and desist the Ultimate Tourney, which is actually a Nintendo thing. So I don't know why they had to shut down the Ultimate thing, but yeah, they don't have permission to host or broadcast the tournament, and it's all because of this one internet service. Not internet service, online service tied to a game that Nintendo obviously doesn't support anymore, and then there is no way to play without emulation online.
Yeah.
And then there is no way to play period anymore unless you
Yeah.
buy like a Wii and a native copy of Melee, which mind you is so popular that it is shot up in price, and Nintendo doesn't make any money from this.
Yep.
The
This
only
is stupid.
And I guess, and people are saying, oh, it's completely within the legal right. Yeah,
No,
but
it isn't. No, it isn't. There is no legal document saying that's actually allowed. It's shady. It's a legal gray area emulation.
And like,
What emulator were they using?
I don't know,
Probably Dolphin, right?
Slippy. Yeah, I think I just need to mod it with Slippy.
That's allowed. The thing about emulation that would make it illegal is if they were using Nintendo source code, but they're not. They're using their own reverse engineered source code, which is allowed.
And even if they were distributing Melee to the contestants, which would be a big no-no, and I 100% probably not. I don't even think they were even promoting pirating it.
Yeah.
There would
They did-
be
that
no
would be
precedent
illegal,
for that.
but they
That would be
weren't,
illegal, but they
so-
weren't doing any of that. So Nintendo really, I guess, people were saying it's completely within their legal right. Even if it is, you don't always go by that. That's just gonna make the community hate you.
That's
so
never
much.
been a good excuse for anything.
It's within their legal
I'm
right.
legally allowed to. That's not a good excuse.
No.
Yeah, a couple hundred years ago, I could legally own a slave. It doesn't make it an okay thing.
Yeah, I couldn't.
That's not like, oh, you were absolved of all issue now. No, you're legally allowed to do it. You're still an asshole.
Yeah, it's so dumb, and
If you could legally murder someone, would that make you not? And you did it. That doesn't make you not a dickhead.
I don't
That
know.
doesn't absolve you of being a murderer. If you did that in that situation, you would still not be a good person.
You killed someone.
Legality doesn't involve anything. Legality
Yeah.
doesn't change it.
But like, Melee is a at least 20-year-old game,
Yeah,
right?
I think 20
Nintendo
years old,
shows
around
no
that.
support for the game.
It's not
There
on the
is
Switch.
no way to play
You
online.
literally
There is no
can't
way to
even get it.
even buy the game that would directly support Nintendo. There is no reason for this.
Nope.
And the fact that they had to shut down both their events, both Melee and Ultimate, is so dumb. You know what? This tourney doesn't more promotes Nintendo's products as a good company than promotes emulation and pirating. If they had left this event up, there could have been hundreds of new people that are like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna go buy
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate now. Like, that's not.
Nope.
They wouldn't.
I'm gonna quote Donkey here. Nintendo Nintendo is a bad company that makes good games.
It is so frustrating. And it's just, it's so frustrating. Because again, Nintendo is so loved, but time and time again, they just seem so anti-consumer.
They're not. I don't think they're a good company at this point. They make good games. They don't like that affect their games, but them as a company are kind of shit.
Like, oh my god,
And
there's
I'm
so
tired
many
of defending
situations that's applicable, man. Like again, like with the freaking even with Paper Mario. Like
Yeah.
that was an in-company problem, but it was the higher ups that told them that they couldn't be more creative with the game.
Yeah.
Who goes to a game development studio and says stop being creative?
Yeah, they literally did that. They said
What?
stop being creative. What the hell's wrong with you people?
And there are so many situations where Nintendo.
I don't know who's in
mind,
charge,
but
but I don't know who's in charge or who's deciding these, but someone needs to be like, removed or changed.
And the thing is, this is from Nintendo of America too. It's not from Nintendo of Japan.
Yeah.
So if this is a Doug Bowser thing, I'm pissed.
Yeah, fuck you,
Because
Doug.
Doug Bowser seems so cool.
Yeah.
But if he was the reason for this,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god.
This is stupid.
I wonder what Reggie thinks about this.
I don't know. I think Reggie's distanced himself a bit. Reggie's over at GameStop right now.
Reggie's at GameStop. He's trying to make sure he can get at least 3 PS5s.
Reggie's running GameStop, trying to make sure it doesn't collapse within the next year.
But it's...
I wonder how that's going, anyways. I haven't heard much from Reggie.
Honestly, I think it's going pretty well.
Yeah, GameStop seems to have had a bit of an improvement as of recent.
I think I'm gonna go there more, or at least buy from them more. GameStop is still the place where I like to buy games from the most if I buy them physically.
I would buy it against GameStop because of my history with GameStop and just how I've viewed them in the past.
What's your history with GameStop?
They're just annoying.
Oh.
Nothing ever really that bad happened. They were just really annoying. Every time I walked into the store to get a game, it was this constant like barrage of, "Do you want to sign up for our pro membership card or something?" It's like, nah, I just want my game.
The GameStop employees, at least now, because I know you lived here before, so I don't know if you're talking about the ones here. The ones here now are super chill. Every time I go in there, and I'm really freaking shy, so like. Yeah. Even a hint of them trying to interact with me when I'm just trying to look at games, it freaks me out. But they're super chill now, and it's really nice. I love those types of people.
I might check them out again. I saw they had good Black Friday deals.
Oh my god, they have super good Black Friday deals. Although I still would say if you ever can go to like mom and pop shops more, or maybe just lesser shops, because like I have a shop here that I really like.
Yeah.
That not only has better deals, but it's also like a smaller company, and I like buying stuff more from them than I do actual like big companies. Because
I agree, but I don't have any mom and pop shops for games. They don't exist here.
Yeah, I'm surprised we do where I live.
I just got a list of things on Twitter that I found. PS5 like incomings.
I don't know.
Like when they might be available on websites. So November 22nd, Best Buy might have some.
That's tomorrow.
Okay, staying out till midnight tonight. I had a thing at 11:30 tomorrow. I probably can't do that.
11:30 a.m.
Yeah.
You're still gonna get like 11 hours of sleep if you go to bed even right after
midnight. I gotta leave at 11, but yeah. So that's fair.
Also, I'm trying not. I feel bad promoting not sleeping, but I think I don't. Because you're still gonna. I'm gonna make sure you go to sleep at a decent time. At like at like 1 a.m. and if I still see you online on Discord, I'm gonna message you a picture, just a picture of the Elmo thing, I'm just gonna be like going to bed. That's gonna make you not want to go to bed. I probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Walmart on the 25th, GameStop on the 27th, Walmart on the 27th, which I think is a rumor. And Walmart had one on the 19th, so this might be accurate.
so you're gonna
And
attempt to
BJ's on the 20th. The fuck? Why BJ's?
That's weird.
Why is I've never seen a BJ's have game consoles? But yeah, I'll try.
You're
I can't
gonna
confirm
attempt
I'll
to
get
get
it.
one.
I'm gonna attempt to get one.
You better. You should. If we're not on call, you should message me if you get one.
Yeah.
I'm blow my mind.
I won't, but maybe magic.
You should try and order that really cheap capture card that I sent you, and you try and live stream stuff on the PS5.
Yeah, maybe.
I
don't know. I don't want to mess
watch
with
the
it.
hell out of that.
I don't want to fuck with my PS5 if I manage to even get one.
It isn't like
'Cause
mess
if
with
it
it.
breaks-
It's just like
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a new console. I don't know what it will do. If it breaks and I have to return it, I won't have one
it's just an
anymore.
HDMI adapter.
Yeah.
That's fair. Although speaking of PS5, 101, IOI, whatever it's called, they announced a new game, which I'm honestly really excited about. There are a lot of games that have come out recently that I'm really excited about that I've never played prior entries of.
Yeah.
Like the new
same
games,
here.
like Yakuza. I've never played any. I've played maybe 10 minutes of Yakuza Kiwami, and it was fine. But the new Yakuza game looks freaking sick. Although, but they announced the 007 game, a new 007 game.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and it's apparently going to be more about the original stories of James Bond, and I'm very curious with what James Bond is going to look like, just because he's had so many different actors depict him.
They're gonna do that like AI thing where they combine all of them,
Oh my god.
and it's just gonna be.
They're gonna do the
James
thing that
Bond.
Spider-Man did, where they freaking, where they
yeah, they make
made an original character, and then they just scanned in the actor. But I don't know, man.
Let's see. What else was I angry about?
Well, the new 007 game looks really good. I'm very excited about it. I think it'll play very well.
Probably why they shut down that fan at 007 game.
The what?
There's a fan 007 game they shut down, remember?
Oh, so I wonder if they. So you think that they were doing that because they were in production of one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it though. The trailer itself looks really cool. I'm very excited about it.
I haven't seen the trailer. Let me look at that.
I'll play it.
Yeah.
Oh, they already have their own Twitter account. I'm gonna close all my Genshin Impact tabs because I was playing Genshin Impact. Okay. Am I sharing it to you?
Yep.
Like this looks so real. It's just a teaser, but it's a pretty good-looking teaser. Like this is very promising, especially for IOI. IOI is really good at these games.
So I wonder if this is pre-rendered or not.
If this is, if this is pre-rendered, then it's not quite as impressive.
Yeah. Oh, that's it?
Music, yeah, that's it. But that's a really promising trailer. Like, the music, the sound design, that was sick. And the fact that it's going towards more the original James Bond story, I will be very excited.
Yeah.
I am the happy.
James Bond.
So, Yeah, that's all I had on that. I just think it's cool. I never really played a 007 game before, but
Yeah,
I think that game looks really good. I'm very excited to play it.
yeah.
Do you have anything that you're mad about? I have one more thing that I'm mad about.
I had something else I was angry about. We talked about it, but I forget what. Let's see. Nintendo
Scott
did a
got snubbed
bad.
from best. Scott didn't get a nominee for best creator, and that makes me mad. Scott the was.
Oh, that's what it was. Um, why did The Last of Us 2 get nominated for
Ah!
Game of the Year? Why did that happen?
I'm very mad about this. And it's gonna win. It's so gonna win.
They're
It's
make it
gonna
win,
win
aren't
over
they?
Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Final Fantasy VII, Doom Eternal, Animal
Should
Crossing.
not
If it
win. I don't
does,
think
I'm
it
gonna.
was an atrocity of a game, but it 100% is not Game of the Year.
It's not on par with any of these games. I've never
No.
played Hades or Ghost of Tsushima. The only game in this list I have played is Animal Crossing, but I can confidently tell you that every game in this list
Better
is
than
like
Last of Us
10
2.
times better than Last of Us Part 2.
The Last of Us 2 is a story game with a bad story. The Last of Us 2 is a story game that tries to shit on a good story.
I'm
What they did is they took the Last Jedi approach, where they're like, okay, so what if we took everything you love about this franchise and just said fuck you?
uh-huh. I'm pissed that Last of Us got in over Half-Life Alyx. Like, oh
Yeah,
my
that was
god.
dumb. That was weird. Although I think that's because like most people didn't have Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, but like
Most people couldn't play it. But yeah, that should have been
even
up there
just
because
in
that's a
watching
pretty
it,
revolutionary
even in
game.
watching it brought even in watching Half-Life Alyx brought me more joy than playing through The Last of Us Part 2 will ever
Yeah,
bring me.
Half-Life Alyx
Also,
definitely should have been up there because it's
did
a Half-Life game.
was Death Stranding released last year?
Was it a nominee?
I don't know if it was released last year. If it was released this
Was
year,
it,
that's really funny. That it just didn't
was it
make a
a
game of the year.
nominee?
I feel really.
Was it was it a nominee this year?
No, I don't know. I don't know actually.
I think it came out it came out last year. Yeah. It came out
Anyways,
last year. It was a nominee last year. It lost. It lost because people didn't really like Death Stranding.
other than Last of Us Part 2, I feel like all of these other games make sense on the list. I'm gonna stream it so they know what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Hmm.
Um,
It's just that The Last of Us 2 was, that's not a game of the year.
people were complaining about Animal Crossing New Horizons, but
No, that should be there. That's a good
yeah,
game.
that's a good game, and it's not game. It's
It's
not best
selling
game of all
really
time.
well.
It's game of the year, and within the
Yeah.
context of this year, oh my god, Animal Crossing 100% deserves to be here.
Yeah.
Like that brought so many people together. Doom
Mhm.
Eternal, very happy to see that there.
Good
I still
game.
can't play it, but very
Neither
happy to
can
see
I.
Doom on here. Final Fantasy 7 remake, very
Great
respectable.
game, I heard.
It's very odd that there's a remake on here, but again, it's a very good remake, so I understand. Ghost of
It is a
Tsushima,
bit different. Oh yeah, that's a good point. This is the first remake. This is the first remake we've ever had.
really?
Yeah, I think they had a rule against remakes,
Oh,
but I guess 7 does change enough to where it's not really a remake.
yeah. It's literally
kinda
just the
like,
story and progression that's the same.
Hell, even not the story sometimes.
That's fair.
I
Ghost of Tsushima, very respectable. Looked like a very
heard that
good
was really
game.
good.
Hades,
is an indie game.
I am
which is cool.
very glad that Hades got
Yeah.
on here. That brings me so much joy. I am pissed that there weren't more indie games on this list, but the
Yeah.
fact that we got Hades, very happy about that. Although there are a billion other indie games that should have gotten in over Last of Us Part 2.
Hmm.
I'm very
Yes.
confused
Everything.
as to why Among Us was a nominee this year.
That was a nominee.
Among Us is a nominee, and I think it came out in 2013.
Huh.
It got
That was
best
weird.
multiplayer game, I think, or it got
Huh.
nominated for best multiplayer game.
Huh. What would you replace The Last of Us 2 with?
Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not sure why that's not on the list. You mentioned indie games though. Are there any indie games you would have replaced it with?
Oh, I can't think of any right off the top of my head, but there are definitely some that I've played that were just amazing.
Yeah. That just shouldn't be here. The Last of Us 2 shouldn't be here. Is not Game of the Year material. It was okay at best. Pissed off most of the fan base at worst. Do you think they got paid off to put that there? Or do you think it was actually nominated?
It had 10 nominations. Some of that had to be paid off.
I imagine there was some money involved.
That had more nominations.
I'm gonna look more into the Golden Joystick Awards this year.
It had more nominations than any other game in this list. I'm very happy to see that Hades got 8 nominations, the second most.
Yeah, that's cool.
But Last of Us Part 2 must have been nominated by people who haven't played the game.
Do you think it got nominated by some people because they were being like, I'm gonna be subversive and choose game everyone hated?
I'm gonna say that I bet it was chosen by people who haven't played the game. Or
Yeah.
I bet the game is fine. I bet the game is fine if you play maybe 10 minutes of it. And
I'm sure some people actually like the game, and if you like the game, that's fine.
That's fine. You're not a bad person for liking the game. There definitely should have been games that gotten here over it. Again, Half-Life Alyx. I am very angry that Half-Life Alyx didn't get in here.
The Last of Us 2 pissed off most of the fan base because if you play the game all the way through, or they know the story all the way through, and you played the original.
I'm mad that Crash 4 isn't on the list. I heard Crash 4 was a really good game.
I don't think it came out at the right time for it to count.
Oh. Well, no, because it was nominated for Best Family Game.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, that should have been a choice.
I
think this is one of those cases where it was paid off, though. Kind of like how Death Stranding was last year.
Death Stranding was paid off?
I'm pretty sure it was. 2 reasons. First of all, the guy, it was Kojima. Yeah, he made Death Stranding. He was like really good buddies with the Game Awards people, and I think had like power over them. Also, it was Death Stranding. Not a horrible game, but it's a first Strand type game where you walk around. That's it. You'd Amazon delivery simulator. That game was built up way more than it was.
I know Among Us did get nominated. I just don't know. I can't find it now. Oh, yes. Best mobile game. So I guess maybe it came out on mobile this year?
Maybe, I guess.
It's just that game came out in 2013. Again, it came out in 2013. I don't understand why. And listen, I am happy. I will always be happy that when there are indie games on here. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That's an indie game that totally should have gotten on best.
That should have, yeah.
That should have been in here. Oh my god.
That should have been over.
I can't believe this. Oh wait, yeah. Among Us was just a nominee for best multiplayer, so it wasn't because it came out on mobile this year. So this game did not come out this year. And again, I'm very happy to see that it's here because it definitely.
Go back up a few. I saw Ori.
Yeah, I saw it. It was nominated for best art direction.
But it should have been on there. Like it should have been game.
Last of Us was also nominated for best art direction. If Last of Us wins literally over any of these games, people are going to.
Did I see Call of Duty Mobile Edition?
That was best mobile. I was nominated for best mobile.
Too many Call of Duty games.
Genshin Impact is pretty fair. That's a good game. I love that game. It's definitely a little grindy, but it takes the best of Breath of the Wild's mechanics and makes it kind of unique.
I'm still scared of Denuvo.
I don't know what that is.
It's the anti-cheat thing they put down.
Oh,
but it has level stuff. If they didn't have that, I would have downloaded it by now.
I don't know if it's heavy enough you to like, because there's a lot of grinding. Not that much grinding. You just level up by doing quests, but it's definitely an anime game.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I just don't like the new Denuvo.
I wasn't even aware of it. I guess I probably should have asked why it needed administrative permissions, but like,
That's got
there
kernel
are.
access to your PC. Kernel level access
I
from
don't know
China.
what they're gonna do with it. I don't.
Mine your data.
I don't know, man.
One guy actually, it was a Cooking Mama game, and it had kernel access to your Switch, and everybody downloaded it. And it ended up like destroying their Switches because it had that access, and it was actually a guy mining Bitcoin on everyone who downloaded its Switches.
How?
It has kernel access, kernel level access.
But how did they get into it and use it to mine data on people's Switches?
Kernel level access.
No, but how did the guy get into it?
The game was designed with the code to do that. You have that deep level of access.
The game was designed to mine Bitcoin?
Yeah.
How was that game released?
I guess no one checked it or noticed it was there.
I don't know.
It's not there anymore. You can't download it now.
I feel like there are enough people playing Genshin to where if there was a problem, it would have come out by now.
Yeah.
And there are other. This isn't the only game that has kernel level access. Valorant is one of the most popular games.
Doom Eternal had Denuvo. They removed it though. I like that they removed it. That was really good on them.
Valorant had custom-made kernel level access stuff. Like I can't play Valorant if I close out the thing that has kernel level access. I have to reboot my PC. I don't play Valorant that much anyways, but it was a popular enough game to where I don't know, to where I trusted it.
Maybe I'll check it out eventually, but I got enough games right now.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of games, so the PS5 came out. Most of the world doesn't have one because they made like 48 of them and then just stopped.
This will be enough.
Yeah, it will be fine. From what I've heard, Bugsnax is the best game on there.
Oh yeah, I don't understand what Bugsnax is. Bugsnax.
So it's basically a Pokemon type game. You go around and you collect
like Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, you collect the Bugsnax. You get them. Not Pokemon Snap, just actual Pokemon. You collect the Bugsnax. It's a collect game.
Oh.
So you collect them and you talk to people and you talk about like their problems and you help people solve their personal problems.
Oh.
Like their life problems and stuff.
It's not just funny bug snacking game. It's like
some interesting stuff. Also, the ending to that game is fucked.
But it's a game about bugs that are snacks.
The ending to that game is so fucked up and dark.
I'm scared.
It's Bugsnax I would equate to it's an Outer Wilds type game. It's one of those games that
it's about bugs that are snacks.
It is a game that does not let on how much is there. Which I still stand by. Outer Wilds was amazing. Highly suggest Outer Wilds. That game was so good. And Bugsnax is similar to it. It's one of those games that you play and you're like, it's just funny Bugsnax game. And then you get to the end, you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You go into the Outer Wilds knowing that there is something. You have to go into the Outer Wilds knowing that something is going on. That's why you play the Outer Wilds.
Yeah, but it does a great job.
This game has a fry. Has a fry bug. How?
that strawberry bug, he's evil. The burger bug, evil.
Why is he a tomato? What? How is this game deep?
They're evil.
I don't understand. I don't. This is
I'm not spoiling it, but if you play that game, the ending. Oh man, be prepared for complete plot twist.
Does it even fit within the universe?
Oh yeah, it's well explained. It makes total sense. It is just fucked.
Do they just eat the world?
You're onto it a bit there.
Do they eat each other?
So remember,
I wouldn't spoil it here.
Yeah, I wouldn't spoil it here. Uh, just you know how in the trailers when they show when you eat one, it makes one of your limbs like the food.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
They don't eat themselves, do they?
No, no. But I'm not spoiling it here. But
Do they turn into the bugs?
I'm not saying anything here.
No. Okay, you're gonna explain it to me after the stream. I can't.
Yes,
Do they become the bugs?
can't say.
That's not cool. Okay. Anyways. What the fuck? Okay.
Highly suggest Bug Snacks if you can get it. It's actually surprisingly
Are
good.
you gonna buy it?
I don't have a PS4.
No.
If I get a PS5, yeah,
Yeah.
probably. It's surprisingly good.
The two games I'm focusing on are Sackboy's Adventure and Miles Morales 2. or not Miles Morales 2, just Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Spider-Man 2 with Mile
One Mile.
McMorales. Mile McMorales. You see that one really weird review that guy did? It was GameSpot.
No.
Oh, everybody's making fun of him.
Oh no.
So he was talking about the game and he was like, you can see how Miles when he jumps off looks back with the exaggerated swagger of a black tween.
I'm a black tween. Oh my god.
A black teen is like, that just sounds wrong.
That's not cool.
What the fuck,
No.
GameSpot? Why did you need to mention he was black?
That's really weird.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Good point, GameSpot. So that was
Okay.
weird. Anyways.
What games do you think you'll pick up once you pick up the PS5? Like the very first games you pick up?
I don't know if I'll get Bug Snacks first, but I eventually will. I'm
the-
excited for Spider-Man game because I didn't play the original and I really
Oh
wanted to
yeah,
play
do you
it.
think you'll get the collector's edition or whatever it's called so you can get the remastered version and the new game?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
I think it's like $70.
Oh, well, that's not too much more.
Yeah, I mean it's $30 more, I think. But again,
Is
it's not too much.
I thought it was $60.
No, Miles Morales is a $40 game because it's not like super long. It's like 6
But I
hours
get the
long.
other one with it, and I haven't played that one.
Oh,
yet,
yeah.
It's worth the price.
It's literally about the price of if you just bought the original and Miles Morales. So I don't know why you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Are there any PS4 games you're gonna pick up?
Throughout the lifespan of the PS5, totally. So many I missed out on that I want to check out. Dreams, I want to check out.
Oh
I want to check out Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'll probably check out the new Sackboy game because that looks fun. Ratchet and Clank, once it comes out, I'm excited for.
Don't get the original.
Yeah.
Oh
I'll wait. I'll make sure it's good first.
yeah.
Demon Souls, I don't know because I don't want to waste money on a game I won't enjoy, but it does look pretty.
Oh yeah.
Probably the best looking game. It's the only exclusive, I think. Bugsnax is on PS4 as well.
I don't know if Demon's Souls is on PS4. I don't think it is. It's
No,
not?
I can't find on that.
Uh-huh.
No. It's on PS3 though. Because it's a remake.
Yeah.
So technically it's on PS4. I heard they didn't change the combat though. It's literally just the graphics.
The combat is already probably good enough though.
Yeah, but they didn't fix any bugs or anything. It's just the graphics.
Oh, they didn't fix any bugs?
No. It's literally the same
Is it
game.
just running on the story? Is it like freaking the Halo remake where they didn't actually change the code or anything? They just
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
put new
Yeah, that's
graphics
exactly
on
what
it.
is. Just put new graphics on it. Which are
And new
good
sounds.
graphics. It looks beautiful, but it is not a new game.
Mhm.
Let's see. Oh, I got Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
Is it good?
It's very good. It's Pikmin. I love Pikmin. I'm already almost done with the campaign.
How long's the campaign?
Few, huh?
How long is the campaign?
It's not super long, but I definitely played it faster than normal people would.
Mm-hmm.
And I played on hard mode too.
Oh.
Not that hard. I'm
How
gonna
do you
do
make
ultra
Pikmin
spicy soon.
hard?
They make the enemies a little bit stronger. And also, if you're asking that question, Pikmin 2 is how you make Pikmin hard. Pikmin 2 is really hard.
I've never played Pikmin.
Yeah, I know.
No.
But Pikmin 2 was hard. So that's what I was hoping for. So I was a little let down, but I'm going to try Ultra Spicy afterwards.
Ultra
Ultra Spicy
spicy.
mode is the most difficult mode. And what it does is it makes the enemies really strong. And you can only have 60 Pikmin. You can usually have 100.
Oh.
So there's a bit more strategy to it, which I'll be excited to try eventually. But yeah, I'm almost done with the main campaign. I have like 5 or so fruit left to go back and get for 100%, and then just the boss.
'Tis exciting.
Yeah. The Olimar and Louis prologue was fun. I'm excited for the epilogue that I'll also get, because it's kind of similar to the first game. It's not very long, but it's still nice to have it.
Yeah.
There's a demo on the eShop. I highly suggest pretty much everyone try it because it's free. So it's
I
free demo.
still have not played it.
Yeah.
I opened the Hyrule Warriors demo because I wanted a game
Yeah.
that I have to think of. That, within a couple seconds of booting the game, was so laggy that it was hard to look at. Like, it wasn't unplayable laggy,
Yeah, I heard it ran
but
bad.
there were very noticeable stutters, and it was the demo, so I don't know. And it wasn't like I was running it undocked. It was getting the power it needed because I was playing docked mode. Although there are some games that run better undocked than docked. I don't understand why that's a thing.
That's weird, but yeah. As for Pikmin, right now I'm really, really hoping it sells well because this I would say is Pikmin's last legs. Pikmin 3, if Pikmin 3 Deluxe bombs, we won't get a Pikmin 4. It won't happen. So I'm really hoping people get Pikmin 3 Deluxe. If you like strategy games, you'll love the Pikmin series. It's really fun.
I remember. I just remembered something. Keep going.
It combines a good mix of like real-time strategy games with like you actually having to do stuff. You don't just move your like Pikmin or forces towards something and sit there. You have to actually interact, and you gotta make sure they're not gonna die. It's a very stressful experience, but a fun one. It is something you could probably like listen to a podcast while playing, because it is a game you have to think about, but it's not a game you have to pay attention to while playing it. You just need to think. The puzzles are really well put together. It's really just time management. It's deciding. It's like multitasking mostly. It's deciding who should go where and how fast you can get this thing done and this thing done. And it's really fun. Please download the demo if you can. It's free on the eShop.
Yeah.
I need more people to buy this game so that we'll get a Pikmin 4. Speaking of sales for that, I saw that it was doing really badly physically, but Nintendo later came out and said that it's actually the game that most people who had Animal Crossing are going and picking up on the eShop. So it's supposedly, from those words, doing really well online.
But it's not doing well. Well, obviously, physical things are not going to be very good unless you order them online. Unless you order them.
The problem is we don't really have a clear idea because we don't have the sales records for the eShop.
And it's also like, it's very reasonable for them not to get physical copies.
Yeah.
Because, yes, it's nice to have the novelty of the physical copies, but a lot of people probably, but a lot of it's not very easy to get.
I bought the game digitally too.
Oh yeah, it's not very easy to get a physical copy right now because a lot of the stuff shutting down everything. And why would you order it and wait a couple days for it to get here when you could just do the same thing online and play it immediately? Like,
yeah, I totally understand it, and I did too. I got it downloaded as well.
And you're a big fan.
I am. And it's not like they won't listen to it. They're gonna see it. I just hope Nintendo puts out the sales figures for the
Oh
eShop.
yeah.
Because I want to know if it's doing well. I want to see if we're gonna get a Pikmin 4.
Mm-hmm.
I want Pikmin 4.
Oh man.
I want me more Pikmin.
I never
only
played
got 3.
Pikmin 4. Or no, wait. I never played Pikmin 3.
No one's played Pikmin 4.
I have.
Oh, as for people who are looking at it and thinking, "Oh, what's a $60 Switch sport?" Two things. First of all, they added a ton. I would compare it to Mario Kart on how much they added.
And
Mario
there
Kart 8.
are already games that were $60 ports, and
Yeah.
you already bought those, so shut up.
Second of all, they did a lot of upgrades. If you play the Wii U version, it is an inferior experience. They made gameplay changes that made it much better. You had to lock on to charge at enemies before with your Pikmin. Now you can just do it in any direction, and you can charge specific colors of Pikmin.
That's
and
cool.
So many other things. They added so much more. It's definitely worth the price, I would say. Especially if you don't own the original Pikmin 3.
And you do, and you bought it, and that says a lot.
Yeah. I bought it because I want Pikmin 4.
I'm just happy
and I want it
that Pikmin is getting some recognition.
I just don't know if it's gonna get enough.
They've been.
It needs to get a ton.
Pikmin has been consistently getting console releases.
Kind of. Pikmin 1 and 2 came out on the GameCube. Then they ported them to the Wii. And they both came out at very inopportune times. On the GameCube, the Wii was coming out when the new Pikmin game came out. So no one really got it. And then the Wii was dying when it got the Pikmin ports.
So why did they make Pikmin 3?
Pikmin 3 was on the Wii U.
They must have faith in the series for them to keep making entries, though.
Miyamoto loves Pikmin. That's like the main thing. Miyamoto loves Pikmin. It's like his brainchild. They
don't want to see it die.
It's his Mario. It's his new Mario. They don't want to see it die, but they might if the sales are bad. Why? There's so many hiatuses. And Miyamoto isn't exactly working on it too much right now. He's kind of working with making Mario World.
Oh, yeah.
So, we'll see. I just hope we get Pikmin 4.
There's a lot of cool Switch stuff going on right now. We got the All-Stars update, which is sick. Did we talk about that last time?
I know we didn't. They put GameCube controller support for Sunshine. I still need to check it out because I've been playing Pikmin.
And I don't have a GameCube adapter, but I know you do. And apparently the Switch, unbeknownst to everyone, has analog trigger support because the analog triggers work on the GameCube. So
it's not that hard. All they have to do is code the option in.
So I'm wondering if maybe there are going to be developers that release controllers that aren't GameCube controllers that have analog, and maybe we'll get more analog options on the Switch.
Maybe
that would
be
cool.
Many games will take advantage of it.
Yeah, but it would still be nice to have that option, especially with how many controllers come with native analog anyways.
I don't know why they got rid of it. I miss analog.
I don't.
Luigi's Mansion so much better.
I
like analog controls.
Nintendo's
the only one that doesn't have them.
Actually, no, that's true. I don't like... Because all the controllers I have are pretty much analog anyways, because the travel...
Xbox has them, the PS4, the DualShock has it, right?
Yeah, the DualShock, the DualSense, they all have it.
Why does Nintendo have analog? Why did they get rid of analog?
It's probably either just to cut costs, or... An analog just feels better to press.
It does. It's a much better thing. It helps, because it's like good for driving games. It's harder to do driving games on the Switch because of the, speed intensity. You have to rely on the joystick for the speed intensity instead of the analog, which feels much better because there's more, to the analog. But yeah, I'm glad they had a GameCube controller support. That was really cool.
That's why it's so hard to play Rocket League on Switch.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad they added GameCube controller support because that
I'm
was
so happy about
it's literally just the GameCube game now.
that.
It's now the best version.
Oh yeah, it's such a good addition. Very
And the
happy
camera's
with it.
inversible. They added that as well.
Oh yes, so
'Cause
many
that was
people
something
were
I noticed
complaining about
instantly.
that being a thing, about that not being a thing in 64. And while it doesn't bother me personally because I have played 64 ever since I got access to the internet,
Hmm.
and I am so used to the controls,
Yeah.
I am fine with it. But for the people that aren't, that will make the experience so much better. I'm still a
Well, they
little
did that for
angry.
Sunshine as well. Sunshine had inverse controls.
But people
So,
weren't angry
and I've
about it for
played
Sunshine,
Sunshine.
so.
I was very angry about that.
Oh, you
Actually, I
were?
was pissed. Yeah, I know a guy was gonna speed run it, and then he launched it up and was like, "What do you mean it's not the right way? What do you mean they changed it? I can't speed run this now."
What?
There's a guy who's gonna speed run Sunshine, and he launched it up, and because the camera isn't the same way anymore, he's like, "I can't speed run this.
Because of the
My muscle
camera?
memory won't work." Huh?
Because of the camera?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's...
They
It would be
inverted the
just
camera
easier
originally,
to just
and they
play the original
re-inverted
game.
it. That's a big muscle memory thing to change.
So that's nice that they added that. They also added a bunch
Yeah,
of
I'm
other...
very
They
glad.
focused a
That's
lot on
actually why
Sunshine
I
this
haven't.
update.
They did. That's actually why I haven't touched Sunshine. Is because of that camera. I was like, I can't play this. I genuinely can't do it. The camera isn't something I remember. It's the other way around.
Uh-huh. But,
So I'm really happy they added that. I'm gonna check it out once I get my Pikmin done.
I gotta think. Yeah, they fixed a bunch of emulator issues. Like they
Yeah.
got rid of they finally got rid of the freaking track cube things. The fact that
Yeah.
those were left in the first place really shows how rushed the game is. That is
Yeah.
so dumb. I don't know
Most of it
why.
should have been in here in the first place, but at least they're listening.
Did they fix the issue where on that beach stage where you only had to clean like a fourth of the beach and then you would win?
I think so.
That's a good. I'm glad that they fixed all the emulator problems. Did they fix the thing where whenever you open your map, your game would practically crash with how laggy it was?
Oh god. Probably. As for
I
the
hope
beach
so.
one, that's not a huge issue because it was an incredibly rare chance that would happen.
Was it? I saw people doing it very consistently.
Really?
Oh
It
yeah.
was really hard to do. You needed really good RNG to pull that off. Because it was very rare that glitch would occur.
I just heard you had to clean specific areas and then you'd go back and you just win. I guess it would be very RNG based if you didn't know the glitch existed.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad they updated that and changed that.
Oh yeah.
That was
Very
cool.
happy.
I'm glad they did that. That's very helpful. That's-
It's a very good update. I'm surprised that they're even updating the game because they're
I
gonna
know.
delete it.
Take it down. I still feel like they won't. I feel like they won't do that. But maybe that's just me being hopeful. I think they'll just relaunch
feel
them
like-
as all separate prices.
I feel like more people will be angry if they just don't delete the game than if they did. Because if they don't delete the game and they don't adhere to their word, and you have a bunch of people that bought the game because they thought it was going to be deleted and won of it, and maybe there were people that didn't super have the money but bought it anyways, there's going to be a lot of people angry that they thought they didn't have more time, and Nintendo was just like, lol JK. Like, what?
Well,
That's
They
just really
they won't
reaching
do it
for
that
sales.
way.
Yeah.
they won't. Like, they'll still delete it, but I think they'll resell each game separately.
Yeah, that make more sense. Especially since they're
Lower
doing
prices.
updates more
So
focused
$20
on
per game.
specific games
Yeah.
than focused on...
I think I could see that happening, or they include something with online.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd be okay with either of those things, honestly, as long as it's still readily available.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to talk about something that is not going to be readily available until maybe never?
PS5.
No, although that's a good example. I wish I had a keybind to play BFG Division whenever I mention Doom.
Is that still not on there?
Doom Eternal. It might not exist on Switch anymore.
Oh yeah, that happened.
It also is
So
not on
GameStop,
Xbox Game Pass.
yeah. So GameStop came out and said, basically they went. Well, no, they didn't say this. They actually called people and told them, yeah, your pre-order's canceled because, to our knowledge, this game doesn't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, you can't pre-order the game now, and I'm pretty sure everywhere except for Target has pulled the game from their shelves, or at least online shelves.
And we haven't heard about it in a long time.
Oh yeah. Although I'm gonna be pissed if Microsoft buys Bethesda and the first thing they ask them to do is cancel Doom Eternal on Switch.
Sad. I don't think they canceled it. I think what happened is it's been so long they've been working on it that they're just waiting for the DLC to come out so that they add the extra DLC and make it Doom Eternal Deluxe.
That would
be
be
a confusing name. Doom Eternal Deluxe.
Doom Forever Eternal.
Oh God, no! Please, no! Don't put forever in your Doom. That image of Duke Nukem Forever.
Doom Eternal 2. But no, I also think that it's a bit suspicious that that this cancellation, quote unquote, lines up with the release of the new DLC. Maybe they are making a definitive edition or a Doom Eternal 2 or something that is going to come out on Switch that just has the DLC packed in because it's been so long.
I think they'll add the DLC in.
If it ends up being more than $60, I'm going to cry. Dude, the original Doom on Switch has never even been on sale for $20. I saw Doom Eternal on PC on sale for $20 the other day, and that wasn't even like a big sale.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
The Switch sales could be a lot better.
Ugh.
Speaking of Doom, by the way, I checked out a really good Doom clone.
Oh.
Called Proteus.
I saw you playing that. What is it?
So, it is sort of like a Doom game. It is a Doom game.
I don't know.
It's basically Doom.
Are your clones feeding you?
I'm eating pretzels.
It just sounded really involuntary when you started eating, because you were like mid-sentence. You're like, yeah, there's this.
Let me see if I can find gameplay. It's an interesting game because, let's see, there was a Doom mod that existed, where basically they added like the high quality stuff. I think it was maybe Doom 3, maybe not. It was a Doom game. They added high quality looking versions of weapons from like the new games, and they just like added a sort of filter over it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what this looks like.
Oh.
It's a very retro style looking game. Here, let me.
I wait.
There we go. I've played it, and it's really fun.
Oh my god!
The access on Steam for like $30.
It definitely looks like
like Doom.
It looks like Doom 2016, but again with just a filter over it. That's really weird looking. It looks really cool.
Yeah,
that's really weird looking.
It's really fun. I'm gonna buy it for Christmas.
Is it a demo?
No.
How have you been playing it?
I'm not gonna discuss that here.
8-bit. 8-bit. Oh, he's dead.
I don't have the money right now. I'm saving up for a PS5. I'm still gonna get it. I wanted to see if I enjoyed it. I didn't want to buy something that I'm not gonna.
I really like this aesthetic. The way this game looks.
Hell, I might do something and get it soon.
This game looks is
There's only
absolutely
30% of it made so far.
really.
It's early access. There's only 30% you can play.
Oh my god. Oh.
What?
The animations are stupid choppy.
That's the point.
I they didn't have to make the animations choppy. They could have just done it with a fill. What the fuck? Look at his face. That's terrifying.
I'm not really sure what the story is here.
Also, why is this
The
just Doom
gameplay's
1
cool.
layout? Without
Not sure.
they should do what Doom and I think Doom Eternal did, where there's an option to center the gun, because I really like that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
It's basically Doom, but it's so good.
I feel like they really could have. Those are 2D textures, right?
Those are... Yeah, those are 2D sprite textures, but they're 3D animated. What I do like is if you look at the gun, it actually it reacts to light, which is
It
cool.
does.
Which I think is really neat.
Is that a 3D model then? And just with the filter over it?
I don't know.
It's so weird because it looks this gen, but which is, again, just with a filter over it.
Yeah. It's a good art style though, and it's very fun.
I just hate the addition of the choppiness.
There might be a setting for that, but I don't know.
The choppiness and the I don't like the 2D modeled enemies. That was something I didn't really like in the original Doom. Was that the enemies were 2D? It made them not as satisfying to shoot at.
I haven't had much of an issue, but I play my Doom very fast. I like to jump over and just like shotgun all the way through everything.
Well, I think it's not the enemies aren't as much as aren't as much of a spectacle when they're 2D.
Yeah.
It's not as satisfying to shoot something that's paper. This sounds really sadistic. I should probably stop.
It's just a really cool game. It's fun, fast paced.
I'm just very curious on how they animated this because I am leaning more towards it. It's such a weird, and this game's a really weird art style. How much does it cost?
It was like 30 something, I think, on Steam.
That's not bad. You
instinctively
instinctively clicked on Spawn Wavecast. Instinctively.
I was not looking. I tried to close the tab.
Oh, I should stop.
Oh, it's $25.
That's
Okay, I might
good.
get that sooner. It's a pretty good price.
The game looks very good.
Yeah, it's in early development. It's an indie game, so pretty impressive that it's that good.
Yes.
Very impressive.
How much progress has been made on the other Doom-like game?
Oh, Ultra Kill?
Yeah.
There's an update, but I haven't checked it out yet. It might be finished. Speaking of Ultra Kill, I just want to mention real quick. I still think that is like the most creative, like, usage of the Doom formula I've seen such far.
Oh yeah.
I love. You didn't put the thing back up.
I did.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. It hasn't updated. Okay, you did. I love the idea behind it, of that you can shoot and then that's your fuel. That's your health. You're losing health. You can make a risky move by getting real close to an enemy and shooting them real close and then backing away.
It adds another depth of strategy, which is really nice.
Yeah. Instead of just looking for health things, you have to actually strategy. Okay, how am I gonna get the health? And I love that. That's so creative.
Yeah, and it's not like a lasting thing. Like you have to be there as soon. It's like it's a very good risk reward system.
It's a really good idea. I'm surprised it wasn't used more in other games. I'm surprised it took an indie developer to think of it, but it's such a good idea.
It is. It's a very good idea.
It's a really good game.
It makes the game really hard though.
It does, but it is really good. So check out Proteus or Ultra Kill.
Or both.
And speaking of Doom, I wonder how that one Doom game is going. You know, the music beat Doom game, which I think is also a great idea.
Oh, yes.
Because I always did that with my music. I would always play music whilst playing them.
Metal, and then and you're already gonna freaking shoot things to the beat.
Yeah.
Is it like Metal Slinger? What is it?
Something like that, I think that was what it was called.
It was like Hell Slinger, maybe.
Might have been Hellslinger.
Metal
Hellslinger.
Metal Hellslinger.
I don't know how that game's going, but I'm still excited because that is such a cool idea. I love
really
that.
Weird.
It's a weird idea, but it's so
No,
cool.
not that. I clicked on a website to try and find what the thing was called, and there was a very odd PS5 cosplay.
Oh.
But I am very excited for this game.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna check that and probably get it when it comes out because I love that idea. Like that's creative.
Oh
it's
yeah.
Fun. That's something that I'm surprised also took as long as it did to come out.
I heard the music for the new the new Doom DLC was really good. Which is very good because Mick Gordon got spit on.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that it's still good. I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Yeah.
Who made the? Because it was a very prominent person who made it. Composer. It's a very prominent composer.
They got Joel Sauce.
No, Andrew Holshut. And he has a lot of experience with Doom-inspired games. Apparently,
cool.
he's done stuff for a lot of indie games.
Oh, nice.
I need to. I think he did stuff for Hades, actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Hold on. No, he did stuff for Dusk. He did stuff for Dusk, Quake Champions. He originally composed for Duke Nukem 3D.
That's funny. Because Duke Nukem is a Doom clone. That's like the Doom clone. Also, Dusk. Dusk is made by the same people that made Ultra Kill. I wonder if he worked on Ultra Kill.
Oh wait, he's working on Proteus.
Oh, nice. So I was right. That's cool. He's working on Proteus.
So I mean, if you like the music in Proteus, you're probably gonna like the music in DLC.
Yeah, it was good music. They did a good job. It was cool because when I was playing Proteus, because I realized they were using dynamic music. It would get like more heavy the more you play, like the more stuff happening, which
like
Doom also does.
That's so cool. Although I wonder if he handled it the same way Mick did. Because what Mick did is he created several versions of like the same few things. That is how it's done? That's sick. He would create multiple versions of the same few things depending on how intense it would get.
So fun and cool. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what it is. It's great. I love that stuff. Pikmin does that too. Pikmin 3 has a dynamic soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah. There are little cues in the music. So like if you do the right move, if you like do the right thing when you're in a boss phase, it will play a little, like the music will change to a certain type of melody for a few minutes to tell you that you did it correctly.
That's awesome.
So like the boss battle has dynamic versions of it, so it'll go to like a triumphant cue. Scruffy, really good YouTuber, made a video explaining it actually. I'm gonna put a link maybe. YouTuber called Scruffy, really good videos, and he explained how the boss music in Pikmin 3 Deluxe works. He's a great YouTuber. He does like music theory on Pikmin and stuff. It's fun. Check him out.
I've seen him before.
Yeah, Scruffy. He makes fun stuff.
I like his name.
He did a really good job explaining it, much better than
Yes,
I
I
can.
saw his FNAF video.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I talked about the things.
I have one or two more topics.
Okay.
I have one that you won't care about, and two that will spawn a discussion between both of us. First thing, Persona 5 Scramble got an announcement in the US, finally. Oh my god, it's been out in the Japan for almost a year now. I know you don't really care about Persona 5 because it's Persona 5, but... Huh? My mom came back and yelled at me because I was yelling. Or she didn't yell at me, but she told me to quiet down because I was yelling. But other than that, Persona 5. Oh my god, Persona 5 Scramble. It's a Hyrule Warriors like, as far as I know. But oh my god, am I excited for this game. It came out in Japan almost a year ago, and we finally got an announcement date for it. February 23rd, 2021. That is almost a year after it came out in Japan. Or at least it is over a year after it came out in Japan. Because I know it came out in February this year of Japan. So I'm a little salty that it took so long to get ported. The company that makes Persona 5 games is a really weird company. Like, they put Persona 4 on PC and really, really thought that it was going to just not do well. Like, they really thought it was going to bomb. That Persona 4 did not bomb on PC. I think it was the most sales Persona 4 has ever got, because the two consoles it released on were the PS2 and the PS Vita. So, first of all, go play Persona 4, Persona 5, Persona 5 Royale. Go play, if you like RPGs, go play them. But other than that, I am super excited for Persona 5 Scramble and have been ever since it was announced. And it was announced almost 2 years ago, I think. And it's a game I've been heavily following. I love Persona 5. This is not a secret. It has such a good story and has really good characters. There is definitely some weird aspects to it that make it weird, and I can understand why 8-Bit wouldn't like a game like that, but I still think it is an excellent game. Its style is literally it's just, there is nothing like it. It is so good. And if you enjoy RPGs, go play Persona 5. Unless you don't have a PS4, in that case, go get a PS5. Why did you do that? Why did you why I don't Are we playing Battleship? But oh no, you didn't. You didn't. No. Okay, I'm gonna look at the title now. Oh my god. This is awful. This is truly the worst day. Person A5. I'm also never gonna unsee the fact that the title for Persona 5 Scramble is PS5, but the S and the 5 are backwards, and now that I'm looking at it, it feels wrong. Also, that has like 3 different titles. It's Persona 5 Scramble the Phantom Thieves. Or the Phantom Strikers. It is a lot of different titles. And now it's also Persona A5. I am upset. This is the worst day. But I'm very excited for this game. That was the one. What games are you looking forward to that are coming out in 2021? And it doesn't have to be games that we know that were coming out. It could be speculation too. There's stuff. I'm pretty sure the release date leaked and it was holiday 2021. Oh hell yeah. I am so gonna buy that game. Oh yeah. Again, I've never played a Metroid Prime game, but I am so excited to play that. That's another game that I haven't played another game in the series, but I've seen enough videos on it where I'm like, I know the series is good. I'm gonna go jump into it. It's going to be the year. It's go- it's going to be the year Metroid Prime 4 before Metroid Prime 4 comes out. We're gonna start switching our titles and going by weird, obscure things for years, and it's gonna become the year Metroid Prime 4. You know the 64-bit, or wait, you know the 32-bit integer limit. Once we get to that year, it's just gonna loop back, and 4 years after that, we're gonna get 4 years after we reach that limit, we're gonna get Metroid Prime 4. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be 6 billion years. Did it come out? Was it? Is it one of the things that came out in Japan and was just never reported? Oh, I wonder if the development of Pikmin 4 turned into Pikmin 3 Deluxe. That could make sense. What if it's released and it's like a year-long game? Like it takes that many hours to complete, and that's why it's taking so long. For a year. I'll buy 2 copies. You're gonna play a 9,000-hour game. I'm gonna run a charity, and the only thing the charity does is put money towards buying more copies of Pikmin 3 so Nintendo gets it. Chains.org. I know Arlo. Yeah, I know Arlo. Arlo's great. I don't. I mean, no, I haven't. I don't know why I said yeah. I don't watch Arlo that much. I tend to watch more like Wolf Den and uh, it's mostly Wolf Den. I watch Wood too, Woodhawker, but he is a little over dramatic sometimes, and can maybe he just veers off a lot, and it's like I just want to know what this is, and and there is definitely Wolfden has And I really like cinematography, and Wolfden just has really good cinematography sometimes. He's like, you can tell he's a natural talent, or maybe his major or something. And I just really respect that. Like, that's one of the reasons why I like Metro Rad so much, is because you can tell he really has a respect for cinematography. Like, he's so good at it. I am excited for the new Ratchet and Clank game. I am more excited for, again, Breath of the Wild 2. I know there are indie games that we're excited about, but I don't remember what they're called. Proteus would be a good one. Hold on, I need to look up a list of games coming out 2021. I don't know. Oh, Halo Infinite. Very excited for that game. I'm gonna get it on Game Pass. Poggers. As for the thing you were talking about. Oh, Mario Odyssey 2. I am worried that Nintendo will not, even though they're doing it for Breath of the Wild for some reason. I'm worried that they're not gonna do it. It's gonna move to a completely different style of gameplay. And if they do, it better be really fucking good. I definitely think that Mario needs to keep going in this more open world direction. I don't think it needs to be like Breath of the Wild levels of open world, but I definitely like. Oh yeah, like Oh yeah. Well, I. Oh yeah. Hold on. Okay. Um. Oh God. You were muted for some reason.
Oh.
I never
How
muted
long?
you. I don't know why you were muted.
How long?
I don't know. I don't know when you got muted.
Oh no.
Hold on. Oh, you got muted when I pressed 9 to mute myself on Discord, because for some reason that's also bound to muting my desktop audio. So when my mom walked in, that's when you were muted.
Hmm.
But yeah, what were you excited for?
Okay, it wasn't much of the podcast.
What would you be excited for?
Um, games wise,
Yeah.
how much was I not there for?
Remember when we were talking about Persona 5 Scramble?
Hmm.
Everything after that.
Ah.
So it's been a little bit.
Hmm.
I'm a professional.
Why do you have that as an option?
What?
Why do you have that saved? Why is that a keybind?
Well, because I was going to keep binding it to my own mics. When I muted myself on Discord,
Mm.
I muted myself on the podcast. But then I accidentally set it to desktop audio, I guess. So you were excited about
Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
Pikmin 4 won't happen.
Oh yeah. Metroid Prime 4. I think it's gonna happen. I think it has good enough sales here, especially on the eShop, because
I'm gonna live in denial until I'm proven wrong.
I think it has.
It usually works, so.
Oh. Oh. I definitely think that Pikmin 4 will have a better chance with getting better sales on the eShop than it would getting regular sales.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo's getting more money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a lot less about sales and more about how much money they get.
What's the sales?
Yeah, but the money you make from sales will be affected depending on where the consumer buys it from. So the
Yeah,
fact that they're buying it directly from Nintendo will definitely affect how much money they make. Will that maybe be a little more motivation?
yeah, they make more in that case.
Yeah, say instead of
Did
making
they
like
hear my Pikmin 4 angriness about
no.
how I want more of it? Oh, I said I was gonna buy 30 copies of Pikmin 3 Deluxe and will single-handedly carry this whole franchise because I want Pikmin 4.
Man, I just hope for you and all the Pikmin fans.
No, that is the sentiment every Pikmin fan holds. Where's Pikmin 4, Miyamoto? You said it was almost done 7 years ago. Where's my game? Where is it? I'll pay double for it. Just give me more Pikmin. It's 7
Man.
years. I want more Pikmin. Hey, Pikmin doesn't count. That's an abomination and can burn. And
Oh my god.
Pikmin doesn't count. It took Pikmin resources away. It's not a good game. It's an only
Hey,
average game.
Pikmin.
I want Pikmin 4.
Hey, Pikmin.
Hey, Pikmin was an okay game, but it was a terrible idea, and I don't know why they did it.
Well, I don't know what Hey Pikmin is.
Hey, Pikmin's a 3DS game, and it's basically a platformer puzzle game, which is a terrible idea
Yeah.
because it's Pikmin. And what it did is, you know, Chibi Robo Ziplash, right?
Yes.
Hey, Pikmin is the Chibi Robo Ziplash of Pikmin.
Oh.
It's one of those games that is not aimed at the people who like the original games, but is trying to find a new audience. But that new audience doesn't care because why would they get this game when they could just buy Mario?
What do you do in Hey Pikmin?
It's a platformer. So you go
Oh.
around and you find stuff with your Pikmin on a platformer level, and then you fight a two-dimensional boss with no depth. And
Oh.
because it's a platformer, you can't do strategy. So it's like Pikmin, but they took away all the things that make it Pikmin.
That's not cool.
You can't do a real-time strategy game in 2D. It's not a thing you can do. Now with the Pikmin
Good.
formula, at least. But yeah, I want Pikmin 4.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I was scrolling through the list of PS or not PS, just games coming out in 2021 to see if I saw anything. So far, the only thing I see is gonna be really sad, but the only thing I've seen is Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 coming out on PC. Ghostwire Tokyo. I still think that game looks sick, even though it's not as good as I thought it would be. But I mean, it still looks sick.
Yeah. I just
Hytale.
think Nintendo. Oh yeah, Hytale. That'll be fun.
Hytale comes out in December 2021.
Sure. That's very much an if, I think.
Or not December, but just in if it does come out in 2021, I will be so excited. No More Heroes 3, also very excited for that. I've never played a No More Heroes game, but I want to because it looks awesome.
I don't know when they're coming out, but I think they might actually already be out. The No More Heroes 1 and 2 port on the Switch.
Oh yeah, no, they're out. They just dropped it one day.
Oh, nice.
Nintendo is really good at just randomly dropping things and not saying anything. It's really weird.
Might check those out actually at one point. That'll be fun. Nintendo needs more games on their Switch that I want to play.
Oh yeah.
I'll probably play Hyrule Warriors at some point, but I want more Mayro. Maybe that's not the right thing to say. I just got 3 Mayros. What do I want? I want more Pikmin, but
no, I don't think I think we do. I wish we do have more Marrow. There wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough.
We are getting more Mayro. We're getting the port of Mario 3D World with the Bowser.
Oh yeah, we are, and that was actually, despite people say, that was a pretty good game. I've seen a lot of people shit on the game.
No one said it was a bad game. Everybody was just angry it wasn't Mario Odyssey, which is fair.
Yeah, and then we got Mario Odyssey, and we looked back on that game and went, "Oh, I guess it wasn't that bad then."
Yeah, it was a really good game. It was just not what people wanted at the time.
But
it's like if you were dying of dehydration and somebody gave you a really good burger. That's basically what that was. Like, it's a good burger, but I'm fucking dry.
But
I
I've
need
been well
water.
fed. I just need water.
That's basically what that
And
was,
then
and
later
that's
you
why.
got water, and we're like, I wish I could have that burger again.
Yeah, that's basically how that was, and it's kind of how the new Super Mario games were. It's like, wow, these are good games, but
The
can
song
I
of
have anything else?
the game we were talking about, Metal Hellsinger, that is coming. That's coming out next year. I don't know why we didn't.
Oh, nice.
I forgot about
That'll
that.
be good. I'm excited for that because that's creative, and I think that's a great
Oh
idea. It
hell yeah!
combines Necro Dancer with Doom, which is the only version of that Necro Dancer that I'd like to actually try out.
It
I
looks
don't care too
so
much
cool.
about the strategy game design, but I do love Doom mixed with a music thing. That's cool.
But and especially if it has again music as good as Doom did.
Yeah, and it probably will. Isn't he working on it?
The guy no.
No. Okay. I'm gonna look up who is working on it. Actually,
Uh,
I'm sure it's
Matt
good music.
Heafy, Michael Stan, Bjorn Strid, Alyssa Whiteglues, and Tatiana. Tatiana. I'm not gonna say the last name. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm sure it'll be good music. The whole game's point is music. They wouldn't make bad music for a game based around it.
It's gonna be weird because apparently the game has vocals, and
Oh,
it makes sense because it's a rhythm game. But again, it's gonna
yeah.
be weird. Like
We'll
what?
see how that goes.
How are satanic vocal? You open up the game and it's just people screaming.
Yeah,
Not
that's
like
about
not like
probably what it
metal
would be.
screaming, not like metal
Oh,
screaming, just like
this is
pain
actual
screaming
screaming.
because
Oh
they're in
god.
hell.
I could see it being choir type vocals.
Oh yeah, especially like droning.
Yeah, because
Like
that
oh
would
my
fit.
god.
Let's see. I wonder if we'll get a Xenoblade 3 at some point. I hope Xenoblade 3, if it exists, is more like Xenoblade 1, because I didn't really like 2.
Yeah,
Not a
I
bad
don't
game, just
know if
not my
it'll
personal.
exist though.
Huh?
I don't know if it'll exist though.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Monolith Soft is actually getting pretty good support on the Switch.
Mm.
Like they made enough with Xeno 2 that they could make Xenoblade 1 remake, which was really good. And I heard that I think that did well as well.
I don't think it did as well as
For a
Xenoblade 2
Xenoblade
though.
game. Yeah, but it did pretty well for a Xenoblade. Xenoblade game. I think a lot of people did get it eventually. That got
I
picked.
think
That got
I think most people
Xenoblade.
got Xenoblade 2 because it was a launch title.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Xenoblade Definitive Edition didn't do as well because it wasn't a launch title. There
I don't know.
wasn't any sentimentality, or not sentimentality. There wasn't really a reason to buy it if you weren't a fan of the series.
Yeah.
Although that's kind of something with all RPGs
One
because they're
point
just so
thirty two
long.
million.
That's okay. That's a lot.
We look at 2. 1.42. It's pretty close. It sold less than 2, but only by
Like 10 million.
yeah. That's yeah. Point
That
ten
is
million.
pretty
That's
good
pretty good.
actually.
So yeah, it did pretty well. So yeah, and I think Monolith Soft will make more games because Nintendo's like realizing these guys do pretty good games, and their games
I
sell well.
hope we get. I don't know. I haven't been playing. I've just been playing Minecraft.
Yeah, we've all been playing a lot
There's
of
a game by an
Minecraft.
indie developer called Carlson, which I'm really hoping
Hmm.
comes out in 2021. It's by literally one developer, so maybe not it'll come out
Cool.
next year, but
Yeah.
it is a really cool like parkour like game. Or it has a lot of
Yeah.
parkour and elements.
I
It's
have not been
definitely
checking out
speedy.
enough indie games as of recent.
I don't know if
I
I
don't know
call
if
him an
it's
indie
because there's
developer.
been a
He's
lack of them, or if it's just I haven't seen them. But nothing's really caught my eye as of recent.
I
I
feel
need
like
another
most
Celeste.
of the really good ideas come from indie developers because AAA titles so they play it really
Yeah,
safe.
they
Then you get some brilliant
AAA
ideas.
titles don't have that creativity. They gotta conform to what people will enjoy most.
Oh yeah.
They gotta
But
make
like
it accessible. Indie games can just do whatever the fuck they want to
oh
do.
yeah, like again the game
They
I
can,
mentioned, the Carlson game, that game is so creative especially with its movement.
hmm.
Again, combining gun and parkour isn't that
Ooh, That
new of
sounds
a thing. It isn't that new of a thing, especially
Carlson.
with like Carlson, yeah, but with the K. It isn't
Oh,
that new. It isn't like gun with parkour that was done by Call of Duty. That's it's not. But like the way that he does it, the movement is so unique. It is entirely pretty much speed focused. There are like
mm.
grapple hooks. You have a sword. Everything looks super satisfying. It's really cool, and I'm very excited to see it come out.
Oh, that does
Um.
look cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And the guy who's making it is, is a YouTuber, and he's a pretty
Mm.
funny YouTuber. So it's gonna have
Yeah.
some either cringe
References.
humor or just pretty decent humor, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Let's see.
I think I don't have anything else, and I think we've been going for a
Oh,
while.
there's a new
Oh,
Doctor Who game coming out.
oh yes, I did see that. That looks surprisingly good, but also outdated at the same time. I don't know how they managed that.
I think it's VR, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I think there was a VR game coming out, but I think there was
It
also a
was. It already
non-VR
came
game.
out, but I don't know if the new one is or not.
Oh. The new game, honestly, I'm very conflicted on it because it looks like it's going to be a good game,
Yeah.
but it also manages, but like in a literal sense, it looks shit. It looks like a PS3 game.
Yeah. I don't think it started out as one. Definitely didn't. I thought it was Time Lord Victorious at first, but it's not.
No, it's called
It's
Edge of
Edge of Reality.
Reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks awesome. I am
It looks cool.
so
Yeah.
happy.
Oh, well, there's a tenant.
Oh yeah, I'm
There's a
so happy
there's
that
a David McTennant.
I'm so happy that we're not just gonna have to play as Jodie Whittaker. And not to shit on Jodie
Well,
Whittaker.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try out
Oh
Jodie
yeah.
because I want her to have good stories, and I've heard that everything that isn't Chibnall is good.
Oh well, if I
Or,
look at this and the graphics look fine, so why did it look so bad on the trailer?
mm,
And it definitely looks
A million
cartoony,
years.
which I am not upset
that's
with.
funny.
It's a nice art style again. Yeah, it looks so much better than it. Okay, maybe I was just
Mm.
being dumb before. This game doesn't look that bad.
Maybe it does play into Time Lord Victorious.
Maybe. But this is a game I'm going to pick up when it comes out. I'm
Yeah.
actually very excited for this.
Um.
And I am gonna give Jodie a try, but I'm
Yeah.
maybe gonna do more with the 10th Doctor. Although I honestly really love when they have little bits with other versions of the Doctor. Like there was one
Yeah.
I saw where it was the 10th Doctor and somebody and it was one of the Doctors from the classic era, and that was
Mm.
like one of the most heartwarming things. It was really cool. And
Oh yeah, 4 and 10. It was the two most popular Doctors of all time. They got the 10th Doctor and the 4th Doctor.
oh yeah, and
Tom
then
Baker was the 4th Doctor, and he was like the David Tennant of his era. He's
oh.
pretty much the Doctor.
But like, so I really like the fact that David Tennant is actually a part of the story, and he isn't
Yeah.
just like a side character because they need people for this game, and that would explain why they've had a lot of things, like a lot of interviews with them together as of recently, because it's been like 13 and 10 and not 11 or
I think-
12.
I think they're building that up for the 60th anniversary.
That's fair.
What I actually learned today is very interesting, though. So, there's actually a reason why Big Finish and Titan Comics and such aren't really mentioning 13 all that much, especially Big Finish.
Really?
They don't own the rights.
What?
Big Finish doesn't have the rights to do any Doctor Who past Capaldi.
Why?
You see, when Jodie took over, when Chibnall took over to do the Jodie Whittaker era, they the BBC struck a deal with HBO. So now technically HBO owns a portion of Doctor Who, and because of that, Big Finish doesn't own anything post Capaldi.
So they have to
So
make.
they can't make 13th Doctor stories until they get the rights to it.
And they could make actually good 13 Doctor stories.
Yeah. So that's why Tommy Victorious doesn't really have any Jodie Whittaker. She literally can't show up. She showed up in a Titans comic, but she can't show up in Big Finish because Big Finish is doing most of the heavy lifting.
Oh yeah.
They don't have the rights. They literally can't do it.
Although I think have Jodie Whittaker's companions. No, okay, no, that's not true. I was gonna say, have Jodie Whittaker's companions survived the longest out of any companions we've had thus far? New Who, but no, because
Two of them might die this Christmas. I don't know.
like 3 of them.
2 of them are leaving. Yeah, they're gonna kill
three of them.
Too. No. Huh?
I thought 3 of them were. I thought she had 4 companions.
No, it's 4 including her.
Oh. It'd be funny if Jodie Whittaker left the show. I don't know why that would.
Well, she could. I mean, it's Doctor Who. She could regenerate.
This is her 3rd season.
This would be a 3rd season. This Christmas, though, Graham and Ryan are leaving, which leaves us with Yaz, which I hope Yaz gets character development.
Otherwise, that's the only way she'll be bearable, is if they give her more than what she has.
Because if they don't give her character development, it's just going to be, guys, look, it's Cop Woman, and then she just stands there. It's not even her; it's the cardboard cutout of her. She's like, it's just there.
She is the cardboard cutout.
Reads, "Hello, I am Yaz."
Dude,
I am companion.
That's what's gonna happen in season 3. She's just gonna walk up, knock over the cardboard cutout of her, and she's like, "Dude, you left me here, and you took a cardboard cutout. What happened? Why did you leave me?" And she's just like, "Oh."
Oh fuck! Sorry, Yaz. We forgot you existed. She's so boring.
Oh my god.
None of these characters are interesting.
And you know what's kind of funny?
Sam is the most one, and even he's not great.
You know what's kind of funny? You always tell me about how bad the last season with the 11th Doctor was and how bad Clara was. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I got to Clara, and I've lost all motivation to watch the show.
Clara is boring.
Rory and Amy were so exciting for me, man. Like, they had so such good chemistry. It was so good. And then
Clara is fucking terrible with 11. It's a good competition between Yaz and Clara for least interesting character.
I
would actually say Clara is worse though, because she conflicts with canon and piss people off. At least Yaz can be ignored.
I almost just want to skip past her section and get straight to
Capaldi.
Day of the Doctor. When do I watch Day of the Doctor?
I don't know. You'll have to look it up.
What, am I on season 7?
Yeah, you're on 7. 7B.
Because, like, the first half of season 7 was really good, although it kind of made me sad, Rory and Amy's send-off, because it felt really...
It had a few good episodes. It also had really shit ones, like Asylum of the Daleks.
Yeah. No, that wasn't good.
That was a terrible episode. Every part of that episode was bad. They made the Daleks terrible, and, like, way too many of them.
Was good.
It shouldn't have been a Dalek episode. It should have been a Cyberman episode.
Oh, yeah. It was really... I'm starting to notice that Moffat has this weird thing where he clings onto one word for a whole season. Mm-hmm. Like this time it's the Great Intelligence. Or yeah. What was it in the first season he wrote?
It was the Crack.
It was the Crack.
Moffat likes to do storybox writing, which is really good for single episodes, but when you get series, not that good.
Oh yeah, and like in season 2, it was the whole woman in the wall thing. He just really likes to cling on things. And with the Crack, that was really interesting and made sense.
Yeah.
But like the Great Intelligence was something made up by a child. It is very frustrating to see these clinging onto that. Are any of the episodes after Bells of St. John worth watching in season 7?
You know, it's funny.
What?
I don't remember any of them.
I
can
saw...
name off almost. Like, if you explain an episode to me from like any other one of them, I can almost name the episode. I don't remember any of it.
I liked Rings of Akaten until the leaf thing came up. That seemed really weird and forced, and the fact that the Doctor pretty much almost sacrificed himself, and it was a leaf.
It was a leaf.
Like that, it was. So now I'm like, maybe I don't want to watch the rest.
The Snowman was boring. The Bells of St. John wasn't fun.
No, the Snowman wasn't boring.
Well, that was okay. It was a bit forgettable, but it did set up a good version of Clara and then fucking killed her. Literally
yeah,
did
no,
that.
she just died. She fell off.
Killed her. She actually was killed in that episode. They made a good version of Clara and killed her. I don't know why that happened. I heard a rumor that executives were like, no, they wouldn't understand if they had like 16th century girl. I was like, no, that's interesting. I wanted that version. It's cool. Anything but 20th modern century woman. Please, just any other timeline. It's a time travel show. Why do we not do this? I thought Chibnall would at least take advantage. Nope. Why has no person used this idea?
And it's so weird that
the classic show did. There was a like cave woman character from a different planet that was a. They had actual Time Lords as companions once. Romana was a Time Lord, and she's one of the best, most fondly remembered companions.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, Cold War was. I don't remember any of these episodes.
Really?
I remember none of them.
Oh,
Journey
I remember Cold War.
Center of the TARDIS is okay, I guess.
Are any of these? Should I just skip straight to the Day of the Doctor?
Watch Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, because that is an episode that takes place before Day of the Doctor.
So I watched that Day of the Doctor and then like the name of the Doctor.
Pretty much.
Okay. Thank you. What do you mean?
Not that good of a 50th anniversary.
Really?
It's okay. It's an anniversary
really
for... Huh?
I thought you really liked Day of the Doctor.
No. It's okay. That's about it. It's not terrible, but it's not a 50th anniversary either.
Yeah.
I'd say it's an average to okay episode of the show. It's more a celebration of the reboot of the show.
Yeah, it's more a celebration of
New Who. They don't really mention that much of.
I really wish that they brought
classic
the maybe some of the classic directors on, or and maybe
I think what would have been the most interesting, creative idea they could have done with Day of the Doctor is have the 8th Doctor show up.
Oh yeah,
Paul McGann should have been in there. That would have been much better.
The War Doctor thing was really dumb. Yeah. It wasn't dumb, but of all doctors to pick,
one that didn't even exist. This was created.
Yeah, you picked the one that was created at the start of New Who. You created the one that was made specifically for New Who to exist. So yeah, I guess it's not really a 50th anniversary. Yeah.
The War Doctor was created. No. The War Doctor didn't exist until this episode.
No, he existed. He existed.
Nope. They created a character specifically for this episode.
Oh.
That's why I mentioned that you need to watch Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. That's the episode that introduces this character.
I thought it
didn't exist until then.
I thought it was the character they created when they created...
Nope.
I thought it was the character that they created when they made New Who in order to reboot the
Yeah, no.
series. So I
Nope.
guess
The only reason that he's even exists is because they couldn't get Christopher Eccleston to show up.
so the one that went through all the Time War stuff was the Eighth Doctor?
No, it was the War Doctor.
No, but before the War Doctor existed.
Before the War Doctor existed, it was considered that the Ninth Doctor was the one that went through all the Time War stuff, or the Eighth Doctor.
I don't think it was the Ninth Doctor because I think he
Yeah,
regenerated right
yeah,
before.
it was. Yeah, basically, people saw it as Eighth Doctor did all that until they were like, "Nah, retcon it." Doctor you have never heard of did it.
Oh yeah. But
Paul McGann in there.
it's
Hell, I would have
insane.
been okay with even having the War Doctor in there and just having Paul McGann show up in there as well because it would have created a cool conflict, a really interesting one. Because if you listen to Eighth Doctor audios, he's staunchly against the Time War. That's like his thing.
Oh
He
yeah.
is
And then he
incredibly.
has to see that he joined it, and then he has to see the part of him that happened after he destroys Gallifrey.
Yeah, the part that literally destroyed Gallifrey.
Mm-hmm.
Paul McGann would have acted. His acting would have been absolutely incredible. He would have stole that whole 50th anniversary if he showed up in it. He would have been the best character. He's one of my favorite Doctors. He's great. I would have loved to see him do more live action because the little bit we got was amazing, and it would have been a good thing. He would have been like, "What the fuck?" He wouldn't have been okay with like seeing how that turned out.
Oh yeah, it would have been a very
Well,
interesting
to
conflict.
see that,
But again, he's not someone from the classic area, so again, it's really not a celebration of the 50th anniversary, or it's not a celebration
yeah,
for the whole show. It's a celebration of New Who.
yeah. So it's more of a New Who anniversary than it
Again, the
was. Yeah,
whole, I mean, the entire conflict of the episode is literally retconning the
yeah,
thing that created
something
New
that
Who.
Who was created, which I didn't even like that much. I think Gallifrey should have remained destroyed.
And it kind of was, but the Time Lords
Yeah,
weren't dead.
and then Chibnall comes along. Nah, fuck that. Let's retcon the retcon. It's a terrible idea. Should never retcon a retcon.
I think it would have worked better if it wasn't the Timeless Child thing.
Yeah.
Or it would have worked better if.
There needs to. Well, no, not really. No, there's no viable option to redestroy Gallifrey that isn't stupid.
Yeah, I don't think the Master could have destroyed Gallifrey all by himself. That's
First
a
of
good.
all, yeah, the Master couldn't have done it. That was dumb. Second of all, the Time War blew up Gallifrey. That's what it takes to destroy Gallifrey. Everything else is going to be stupid in comparison. There is no other thing that will compete with literally a war for reality. Literally, a war of time and reality is what caused Gallifrey to blow up. Nothing else is going to top that.
Although I'm pretty sure it was just the Doctor that blew up everything. So if it was just the Doctor, then the Master could just do the same thing.
I guess.
Again, he's
But,
the.
it took a lot for the Doctor to manage to do that.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, I'm just gonna do this right now. It was like, no. I saw like, and like it's explored in Big Finish stuff. Like it gets explored. The Time War is a fucked up thing. There were like situations where the Doctor would go to a planet, and then 5 minutes after being there, it would just stop existing.
What?
It was the Time War. Both Time Lords and Daleks had access to time travel and fucked with time. There
Oh
are
no.
stories and there are situations that would have come from that where whole civilizations would just immediately be erased instantly. They would just stop existing. There's actually one story that I really love that does that. It starts out as a stereotypical, simple, it's a basic Doctor Who episode.
Mm-hmm.
But the companion, every few minutes, their backstory changes.
What?
So every so often, their character and backstory is different. And then it takes like half the episode, and halfway through, the Doctor realizes, wait a minute. You said you were from Connecticut, but now you're from New Orleans.
Hold on. That doesn't make sense.
That's not right. And that's the premise. It's like Time War's messing with stuff and it's changing things, and that's something that should be explored more. It does a really good job with what the Time War should be. That should be just something that like really fucks with things, and like has psychological effects, like psychological horror type stuff should be shown. Like I want to see a story where the Doctor tries to like save a planet, and then just halfway through it's just gone, and he forgets why he was there. That would be so cool, but oh well.
Oh well.
And we don't see that in New. Hello.
I said. Oh well.
Oh yeah. And we don't see that in New Who, by the way, because it's time locked the whole Time War. No one can get to that era of the universe. But yeah, that's like, yeah. And Moffat didn't do a very good job like showing the Time War.
No.
It just kind of looked like a regular Time War. It would have been a lot more interesting if we had seen like those few cuts we did have to the Time War.
Also,
instead of showing just a regular war, have things like phase out of existence and into existence.
I don't think
imagine
Moffat...
if like halfway through the imagine if we cut away to like a war happening and there's soldiers fighting, and then just suddenly a Dalek ship just appears. Like, it just phases into reality around them and starts shooting at them. Like half the soldiers of a battalion just vanish.
Oh my god.
That's what that should have looked like.
Like, I don't think, because I honestly don't think Moffat understands the Time War, the full scale of it.
No, he didn't make it.
No,
it wasn't his thing.
But I think he understands far less than he should. Like,
yeah.
I watched the behind the scenes, and he honestly is trying really hard to be faithful to, again, what was the original writer for New Who?
Russell T Davies.
Russell T Davies. He should have brought Russell T on.
Yeah, because he would have done it justice. I think he would have made so much weird shit.
Yeah, I think he should. He should have.
I mean, the way they talk about it is completely different from how it was shown. Like when you go back and you watch the Russell T era, it's so interesting how they speak about the Time War, because they're like David Tennant mentions like the Nightmare Child and how Daleks flew into the teeth of the Nightmare Child and they blew up or something. And it just sounds like this horrible, awful, cosmic, terrible.
Like,
it literally described as hell. It's described as hell, which is what it was, because it was a time war.
But then shown, and it's just like a war. And again, when he talks about it in the behind the scenes, he literally says, he pretty much says that like he pretty much directly says that he didn't want to focus on the Time War itself because he thought every avenue was explored and it wasn't honestly that interesting. Like,
oh, it was such a good story. It's so cool. If I had the option to, man, I would do so much fun shit with the Time War. I would make planets disappear left and right. I would just weirdest shit you've ever seen.
And it would be awesome if we could see there still being ramifications of the Time War. Like deviations from our world.
Yeah.
Like maybe Ohio doesn't exist anymore. That means the whole world can't be Ohio. That would be awesome. I would love that.
That would have been such a cool thing to like talk about and explore. And Big Finish does that, which I really appreciate. Big Finish does a great job.
But Big Finish has the capability of doing that without plot holes because they can just go to the Doctor that was in that era.
Yeah. They have a few issues here and there. Some of their episodes are bland, but they do a surprisingly good job.
How did Big Finish treat the Time War before the War Doctor was invented?
Well, they kept the Eighth Doctor pre-War Doctor. So, and the Eighth Doctor took place before the Time War. So the Eighth Doctor never fought in the Time War. Oh. So it was basically treated as the Doctor being an outsider to the war. And he didn't really get involved with the Time War much.
So did they just steal the idea of the Eighth Doctor? And then after that, they stomped on the idea of the Eighth Doctor?
Kinda. Well, the Eighth Doctor was staunchly against fighting, so he wasn't in the Time War. The War Doctor's the one that did fight.
Oh.
And Big Finish does have War Doctor audios. I don't know how good they are. But they do exist. Was
Are
much
there
much
any
much much better
Are
is
there any
War
War?
Master.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are there any War Master ones?
Yeah, there's a few War Master ones. Much better stories. Highly suggest those. Those are great. Because remember the Master in that Yana episode completely flipped the fuck out and went to the end of the universe because of the Time War. So
Oh
this
yeah.
explores that. And yeah, with what happens in the Big Finish stories, I don't blame him. Like reality gets rebuilt like 5 times because the Master keeps trying to like subversively end the Time War by like making it never happen. And he almost
Oh
deletes
yeah.
reality itself a couple times. So
And also, no one can ever explain to me that it is not weird that David Tennant destroys all the Time War Lords and then immediately brings all the Time Lords back in Day of the Doctor.
what?
Like so David Tennant kills the Time Lords in the End of Time, or he stops them from coming back because he fears them, and he know that they would pretty much dominate the
Oh,
universe
the end of time.
because they had turned into a terrible species. But and then two, by the time he's the 11th Doctor, I guess he's just fine with the atrocities they've
Yeah,
committed and the
okay,
atrocities
I
they
know
will
what you're
commit,
talking
and not just that, but David Tennant, the the regeneration of the Doctor, that thought of it and went, "Hey, that's not a good idea," just brings them back anyways.
This was okay. So to explain that, remember that he regenerated in that story. So the
Yeah.
Day of the Doctor takes place before that episode, and he doesn't remember the Day of the Doctor after he's done with it.
Well, yes, but his feelings about the Lords wouldn't have been so negative or wouldn't have changed to be so negative between the Day of the Doctor and the End of Time because the Time Lords don't exist.
Well,
So the fact that his thoughts about the Time Lords are negative enough in the End of Time for him to
yeah.
want to stop them from coming back,
The
why did
end
he
of time
before that make
great.
the choice to bring them back? That's
For the end of
weird.
time isn't that great of an episode.
I thought it was fantastic. I thought the
I thought,
prospect that the Time Lords,
mm,
while he chooses to remember them fondly, are actually this war race was
it's kind
kind of
of
cool.
inaccurate.
Really?
Time Lords weren't that war like. This is actually high. I mean, I guess what it does is it highlights like how far they've fallen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the things that the Time Lords do in the End of Time very much do not align with what they would be like against and
Oh yeah.
for. They're highly against messing with things and
Mm-hmm.
mess. Yeah, and they're like, no, let's just literally destroy time
It's believable though, because they're beings that
because they're about to
literally,
die.
again, they're the lords of time. That much power could corrupt anything. Like,
Usually don't, but I think it's just the desperation of the war that would be causing that.
yeah.
Um, it was an okay episode, I guess. I've heard a lot of complaints that it was a bit self-indulgent, which yeah, a little bit. I don't
Mhm.
like that the 10th Doctor's as mopey as he is.
Why?
He goes the whole episode going, I'm a regenerate, I'm depresso now.
The
Which
10th
is not really
Doctor.
in line with any other Doctor's regeneration.
Yeah, but the
So
10th
I
Doctor
that.
went through a
The
lot.
most, yeah.
He went through a lot more emotions way faster than a lot of the Doctors we've seen thus far. Like,
Yeah, I just wish he was more
the
less,
10th.
he was a bit less depressing about
I
it.
was gonna say the 10th Doctor lost 3 companions. No, he lost almost 5 companions
Yeah.
in this time of probably about a few years.
Yeah, about
When the
3 years.
doctor, when the other doctors normally have hundreds of years to deal with that loss.
Yeah.
So by the time they're humble, you got to remember that that doctor did not have a human lifespan when the other
Yeah.
doctors normally get triple the normal human lifespan.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
he honestly he didn't have enough time.
Yeah. But that wasn't really explained or explored, so
Mm-hmm.
It's an
Because he
okay.
did kind of just find out he was gonna die.
Yeah.
Like
It's an
if someone
finale.
looked at you and went, "You're gonna die in like 2 days,"
Yeah, but he's not gonna die. He's gonna regenerate.
but the 10th Doctor is gonna die.
I guess. That's not really how it works or is treated. But
Like
yeah.
it's still him, but like
Yeah.
everything he was is kind of erased. Like
Hmm.
you can just see that from how different all the Doctors are.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was an okay story. There are some things I don't like. I don't like how the Time Lords are portrayed that much because it's kind of like diminishing it.
I also don't know how they
I'm
were. I haven't.
well done,
This is
but
coming from the perspective of someone who hasn't seen the classic series or any
yeah.
of the other audio stories.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Um, I like they all sat in a dark room when they were doing this. I don't know if that was a budget constraint or what, but like, yeah, the most powerful beings of the entire universe. Dark black room.
I could maybe. Well, no, because no, that doesn't make any sense. Because there
Yeah,
was a point where they went back and they had this huge room with all of the Time Lords. So it
yeah,
wasn't like
that
the
was their
meeting
council.
room was like locked, like out of space or something. Like it's not like it was a different dimension. Why would
Yeah,
they do that if they have?
I don't know. Why'd they choose Earth? Why did they bank on the Doctor and the Master as much? They fucking hate both of them. Someone would hate the Doctor.
Well, I mean,
Annoying.
the same they do it for the reasons why they hate them is because they defy their expectations. So they're like, okay, well these guys don't align with us, so they're probably not gonna die. They're not really like us, so I don't know if they're gonna die the same way we do. So
Yeah,
they're the ones that are most likely to live. Let's bank on them instead of the ones that aren't gonna live.
yeah. I don't like the. I don't. I love the Davies era, but I do think it has an issue. And the Moffat, most of the New Who era does this. It makes the Doctor a bit too important.
Yeah.
He's a bit too space Jesus-y. I mean, remember the season 3 finale where he literally saved the day because people believe in him. That was, oof,
that
that was dumb.
that would have made more sense if it wasn't just Martha spreading the word.
Yeah,
Because the thing is, there was no hope, and the Doctor was the only hope.
but like they literally made him space Jesus in that episode.
Yeah, they did.
That was genuinely space Jesus.
I do agree that was kind of dumb.
Yeah, it was the only bad
It's
part.
sad
Of it,
that the
I think
Master
that
stories.
Hmm?
It's sad that the Master stories aren't as good as the other. Aren't like the best of the best, because the Master's a really fascinating character, especially with the David Tennant era.
I do think they did a decent job with the Master in that little 3-parter because the first 2 episodes he shows in absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Those are great episodes,
Oh no.
especially
Okay.
the
Yeah,
Yana reveal. That was amazing. Um, he was not that good in the End of Time. I can't think back to the Master during the End of Time and not think of just dinner time. That's all I can think of is
The
just
Master
dinner
didn't
time.
really feel like the Master in the
He
End of
didn't
Time.
really. I don't know if he needed to be in this episode. I think it kind of diminishes the whole.
It definitely felt like a master plan to me, but it didn't
Yeah,
really
it's because it
feel.
was convoluted and ridiculous.
Yeah, he turned himself into everybody. But I think the Master himself in that episode didn't feel like the Master.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Although that reveal where the Master makes David Linnett listen to his head and David hears it, that was honestly a really cool reveal. I don't know why that made
Yeah,
me, but like he's like, oh, but even the Doctor is stumped in that moment. He's like, what the fuck? Why can't I hear it?
what the
I thought that
fuck?
was in your head. What? How could I don't what? Like he has that moment of questioning his own sanity. So wait, was the drum thing something just invented by New Who?
Yes.
Did that not flag for any of the fans?
No, it probably did. I think a lot of people were like, "What the fuck?" But I think most people generally are just like, he's Time War. He's
Yeah.
probably fucked up from the Time War. That was probably the assumption, because remember, he
And
fled
then,
because of Time War.
yeah. But then they were also like, oh, yeah, but it's been something he had since he was a child. And it's like,
Oh,
wait.
that definitely pissed people off. No, that's people were not happy about that. People did not like that.
Oh.
Although they didn't really explore the Master's childhood that much. But yeah, I don't. I think I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't like that. Yeah, I remember there were people who were anti Russell T during his era. A lot of people.
Yeah.
There were people that very much didn't like him running the show, and were like very much against how he took it.
That's gonna happen with everybody, though.
Yeah, that's kind of tradition. There's with every Doctor Who showrunner, a good portion of the fan base will hate you. It just depends on how bad you are and how good you are, on how much will hate you. Currently, more than half hates the current one.
He needs to do something crazy with this third season.
13th, yeah, season.
I don't know. I meant third season of the 13th Doctor.
Okay, yeah,
That's what I meant.
yeah.
He needs to, and if it goes on for more than 3 seasons,
Don't know.
I'm gonna riot. Also, apparently the 5-year plan just doesn't exist.
What?
I saw a video of this thing, and I think the 5-year plan was just something completely made up,
Oh,
and it was just spread so
Oh.
far
huh. Okay then.
because it was just spread really far by the
I didn't
media.
take Chibnall as the planning type. That's a Moffat move.
Yeah, the
Chibnall
art.
seems the type to just kind of make shit up and go, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna completely randomly come up with big, completely story changing thing, and this seems cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
the first article that mentions the
I
5-year
hope he doesn't
plan.
try to retcon this though.
Yeah.
I hope that, because as much as I hate the Timeless Children, I hope he does two things: either just completely ignore it, make the story good and it wouldn't be a retcon in this case because it's just adding to it. Make the Master the Timeless Child still would be much better, or do something with it. But don't retcon it. Don't say the entire thing just didn't happen.
Yeah. But for the 5-year plan thing, the first article that I could find, the earliest article, the only time it mentions it other than in the title as clickbait is when his friend says it's going to be a 5-year project, and by friend I mean a fellow like an actor that was on a show he worked on that was not Doctor Who.
I mean, technically, it has been a 5-year project.
It has been a 5-year project, but he
because
never said he had a plan for it.
Season 13 is coming out next year, or maybe not. No, 2022. That's when it's coming out.
Oh yeah.
They just started production, and it's only 10 episodes. So,
not good.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has to do
yeah,
something.
it's almost like they're trying to kill the show. Like, I get why they can't, but something. Give us something.
I definitely think that they need to do something big with the show. I think they.
Yeah.
I think Jodie could have been really awesome. I had thought the idea of a female doctor would have been really cool. I've been thinking that I thought that for a while before Jodie came out. I thought it'd be an interesting avenue. Yeah. And then they did it, and they didn't do it right, and it makes me upset.
Yeah, they did not do a good job at it. Again, just to point out, there was examples of it working. It's not like I'm against the idea of it. I just don't like how Chibnall and Whittaker do it, because Ruth was great. I loved the Ruth Doctor. The few minutes she had on screen, way better, completely different. It was a complete 1080, complete 180 in like how good it was, because you could basically tell the difference. Yeah, and Jodie being like, "What happening, fam?" And then you had the Ruth Doctor actually being there, just literally looking at her, being like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" do my job.
And I'm glad that the Ruth Doctor wasn't just like the next Doctor.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they didn't just redo that.
Mm. Yeah. Um, I like how she points it out too. It's like I like how the 13th Doctor's like, "Oh, you did this thing," and Ruth's just like, "Yeah, idiot. Why are you mentioning it?"
It's just something.
It's like, "Yes, I did do that thing. Stop explaining and narrating everything I do." What the fuck's wrong with me?
And it definitely shows that the Doctor, especially
Can work.
no,
Yeah,
it
as a
showed
woman.
that the Doctor kind of because in the it showed that the Doctor very much went from a I'm just here to help to
Yeah.
sit in the New Who. He got all these companions that he more showed off to,
Mm. Yeah.
and it's gotten
Arrogance.
so bad. He's gotten very arrogant. It's gotten so bad that the 13th Doctor has those good speeches where she's like, I am the best,"
I'm the
and
mountain.
that mountain thing wasn't delivered well, but it was definitely a good
Yeah.
way to show that the Doctor is very far gone. Um.
Yeah. I think that's what Time Lord Victorious is about. And that's something I'm really excited for
Oh
and
yeah.
that I'm interested in. It's because that's the point of Time Lord Victorious. It explores the arrogance.
And that was it's weird though because that wasn't something that was really formed, and as far as I know, until New Who.
Yeah, very much so. That wasn't a thing that was formed to New Who. That was a Davies thing.
Although it does make sense that as soon as the Time Lords lose their principles, he kind of
Yeah.
loses those principles too, and that was what was keeping him
Yeah.
humble.
I would say, as much as I disagree with it, like making the Doctor very big, even in the Russell T era, at least Russell T, it was justified, made sense.
Hmm.
Because it's kind of understanding. The Doctor does as much stuff as he does. He would build up a
Oh
reputation.
yeah, especially after 900 years of just
Nine
constant.
hundred years. 900 years is correct. Although I don't know actually, because it's weird. If you watch the classic era, the Seventh Doctor mentions being 900. So
So the
I
Eighth
think he
Doctor lived for like a
restarted.
year.
I think he restarted post War Doctor in canon. So technically, it would be 1800 by the 10th Doctor era.
How long did the Eighth Doctor live for?
Tenth, no, the Seventh Doctor said that he was 900.
So how long did the Eighth Doctor live for?
Probably a while. Yeah, probably a good long while. But the thing is, it was I think the War Doctor is when the age like reset because he didn't really consider that the Doctor, so it'd be the Ninth
Mm-hmm.
Doctor that start counting from. So 9 to 10. I guess the Ninth Doctor lived for a very long time, although he might have included the War Doctor era of age, or he no, I think he just paused it. Maybe he probably just
Yeah.
like paused it.
He probably just doesn't count the
Yeah, I think it just comes
War
to that.
Doctor.
He just has no clue. The Doctor lost track of his age.
Yeah, and he probably just thought back to the last time he cared about it, which was the
Yeah,
Seventh Doctor.
yeah. So we don't
Um,
really know. By
yeah.
Capaldi's era, though, the Doctor's easily over 2 billion years old because
Although
Confession died.
those 2 billion years
He
don't
did reset a lot.
add
Yeah,
much, because
yeah,
yeah, he factually is 2 billion years old, but that's not 2 billion years of experience.
yeah. Doesn't really
Like, he wasn't conscious for all of it, and
count. So
he also like he did he was working towards one goal during that 2 billion years.
yeah, so it's something.
But
It's very high.
oh yeah.
But yeah, I think we've talked enough today.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Uh, I hope everyone had a good night.
Yep.
Uh, I hope Doom comes out this week on Game Pass so I can play it and stream it and have a good day.
Rubber band.
Ban-